Hey guys, welcome to another video. For today's video, we are going to be looking at the Asus ROG RX6600 XT. Now this is the first time I've actually had one of these newer Radeon cards. Previously it was always the RX 580, that type of thing, 580, 570. So this is the first time we're jumping into a 6600 XT. I mean, they've done a lot of improvements on the drivers over the past few years. So let's open it up and have a look. This is the Asus ROG Strix card, and we are gonna unbox it and have a look. Okay, so inside the box you get the GPU, quite a nice looking GPU. We've got a manual, warranty card, thank you for purchasing. So keep an eye out for these cards. They're going very cheap on the second-hand market, and they're pretty solid gaming cards. If you're looking for a budget graphics card for your build, then this is definitely a card to look at. And you can kind of pick them up for a steal at the moment. So what you get in the box, a couple of ROG cable ties, straps. Not entirely sure why you get them, but okay, maybe it's for your PCIe cables. Okay, in terms of performance, what you're looking at, so at the moment, in comparison to a RTX 3060, it seems to be on par. They've done a lot of work with the drivers, so you're looking at the 6600 XT being 558 megahertz faster. In terms of clock speed, the GPU turbo speed 919 megahertz faster. In terms of higher pixel rate, so 655.7 gigapixels, and yeah, so overall on paper it's supposed to be a lot faster. There was a problem when they launched this card, and most of the Radeon cards, when they launched them, they were supposed to compete with their counterparts. So the 6600 was supposed to compete with the 3060. This card was supposed to compete with the 3060 Ti. The 3070 was supposed to. So when they brought them out, all the prices were the same. So they were like match to match, slightly cheaper on Radeon cards and Nvidia cards, but in performance they quite bad. So you were competing, if you were matching them up, if you were comparing the cards, you'd have a 3060 Ti going against a 6700 instead of a 6600 XT. But since then, the performance on the cards has improved a lot. So definitely a card to look out for, budget option, and they are cheap. We're looking at a normal RTX 3060. They are sitting at about almost 20% more expensive than the RX 6600. So definitely a card to keep an eye out for. And then, like you get the Nvidia, and I don't know if people know this, like you get the Nvidia, the Ti cards. So 3060 Ti, the XT is the version up from it, so it performs better. A little while ago you got the Supers and you got all the other ones that came out between them, but the XT is definitely the one to have a look at. Definitely give you quite a bit of boost in performance. It is a 2.5 slot card, so bear that in mind. I did run into a problem where I couldn't plug in the USB 3 on a motherboard because the card was too thick. But a very nice looking card. decent heatsink on it. It has got a semi-air flow through design. For the power requirements, you're looking at I've managed to run this on a 450 watt power supply, and runs pretty well. Get a decent 450 watt power supply, you can't go wrong. Depending on what your CPU usage is, that they use about 160 watts. Well, we'll see in Gaming Benchmark after this. Pretty decent card, very nice accents on it, especially for the ROG cards. ROG cards are usually the tier up from their standard budget range. Nice looking card. Is it worth the price when you're buying it new? I don't know so much, but keep an eye for it. Very, very, very nice looking card. Worth the money, definitely worth the money. This card itself I picked up on Facebook Marketplace was going for 3,800. For example, if I'm looking at a 3060, you're looking at about 4,500 Rand for a 3060. So definitely a good card to have a look at. So keep your eyes out for these things. It was a bit of a mining card, so bear that in mind. I will bring out a video at a later stage just to walk you through how you tell if a card is still good, if it's got any problems. We'll do that at a later stage. But yeah, keep an eye out for this card. 450 watt. I'd definitely push the power supply a little bit higher. I'd probably go for a 500 watt just to be safe. But usually it depends on, you can actually check it. You can check what power consumption your GPU uses, what power consumption your CPU uses, and then give it a bit of a extra 100 watts and you're pretty much good to go. So let's put this into a rig and see how it performs. For this rig, we're looking at, for the CPU, we're looking at a Ryzen 5 5500, a A520 motherboard, 16 gigs of 3200 megahertz RAM, a single 512 SSD, and then we're gonna install this and let's jump into a game. Radeon's very good at playing something like Starfield, so we're gonna jump into a game of Starfield and see how this thing performs. So, thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe. If you're thinking about getting one of these, let me know down in the comments what you're currently gaming on. What's your specs for your PC? And if you're looking at one of these, and even if you're not in South Africa, then let me know what the pricing is where you are. Would you consider this card over a NVIDIA RTX 3060? Is it worth choosing this over an RTX 3060? And if you've got one of these, let me know how it performs. But thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, and we will catch you in the next video.
Who were trying to take the farm. if that's true. Now, did you find anything that might give us a lead on why these men wanted the farm? All right. Says here the thief had help from someone inside Hope Tech. Ain't much to go on.
There's something else. They were dressed in Freestar militia uniforms. The unit badge was yellow on black with the number 1. Didn't you fight in the Colony War, Marshal? That sound familiar at all?
The 1st Cavalry. I was in that unit for a while. But it was disbanded decades ago. After the Battle of Nera. What was left of it anyway. The war between the United Colony, each side, the armistice. Hell, it's our only lead. The Hope Tech factory is in Hope Town on Polgo. Nia Kalu's our ranger stationed out there. She can introduce you to Ron Hope, the president of Hope Tech. He might be able to help you find the thief. Just make sure you stay on his good side. He's on the Council of Governors, and they're the ones we answer to. The ruling body that oversees the Freestar Collective and the Rangers. The council members are the political and corporate elite of the Freestar Collective, so we have to tread lightly when we're dealing with them. Good. The last thing I need is the council breathing down my neck. This is your assignment now, Deputy. Meantime, I'll look into it. Good hunting.
Nicely done.
If you're looking for the Rangers, check the upper levels or the canteen.
Never ever go outside the city walls after
The suspect has been at the radio everywhere. I've seen it myself.
Saw your ship come in. Nice ride.